Hi guys, today I'm here with Isla and we're going to be talking about her latest single, 52. So thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're most welcome. I'm very interested to find out everything there is
okay.
about the track. I've seen it already and it's amazing. It's very emotional and I think it touches everybody regardless of whether they can relate to the sole idea of it. But yeah, let's get started by you telling us, please, where did the love for music start for you?
So I started music about age 3, I think. So my nan was working at a company and managed to get all of us, so me and my siblings, free lessons in keyboard.
Wow.
So it was just like a little added bonus that we did each week, and then as time went on I was the only one that kind of continued it. But it was mostly when I got to about age 10, and that's when I started writing lyrics, and I was kind of putting songs together, and I found that like, oh, I like writing words, and then was like, oh, I can play some chords, and then that kind of just like gelled together. And then it was more when I was about 15, 16 that I realised that this is what I want to do. Yeah.
Was there anyone in particular that really inspired you, or that you really looked up to in music, that you thought that they gave you that kind of almost the idea that yes, I should do that?
Wasn't massively anyone in particular. It was more that like it was a way to kind of express who I was and what I was doing at that time. And it was kind of like an escape for me, so that's kind of what drove me. And I thought, you know what, I like doing this. I could do this. You know, this could be a thing.
And what sparked the initial idea about 52? When was the moment that you thought, I want to create this project, I want to create something that could potentially make a difference, that could educate others and express yourself in such a wonderful way?
So originally the track was actually more for me. So I was in a really dark place at the time and just came home and had all these emotions and just wrote all of it out, just like really quick one night. And then it kind of sparked from there, and I had this idea of having a vocal that was kind of detached.
So was it the music that you written initially, and then did you write the lyrics, the spoken word within the music after? Did that come afterwards? Did the music come first?
No, so I wrote the lyrics first.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of like came home and I had all of this stuff going on, and I just kind of like wrote it all down on my phone. And then I found a text-to-speech thing, and typed in all the lyrics separately in like each line, and got it all together, and then I just kind of placed it in the project, and then started writing the music around it. And then it was only really a couple of years ago that I actually decided to do something with it.
Oh, so how long ago did you write the track?
So I wrote about 4 years ago, so it was quite a long time. I kind of put it to bed. I wrote like the lyrics, and then I wrote a bit of music, maybe like a demo standard.
Right.
And then about 2 years later I kind of found it on my computer, and I was like, oh, forgot about this. Maybe now I could do something with it, and that's kind of where it kind of sparked off into doing what it is now, sort of thing.
So for those who also are interested in doing a similar project, how did you go about organising it? Because you actually ended up having quite a team of people working on the whole project. How did you find people? How did you get that project started?
So I put out a Facebook post on a Brighton filmmakers page,
right.
And I just explained what the project was for, and was just looking for someone to help or a group of people, and I kind of wanted people that had the same connection to the subject that I did. And then the wonderful Ellie, the director of the music video, came and got in touch with me, and she, you know, had a good connection with it as well, and it all just kind of went from there. She was a massive part in it. She helped pretty much with everything for the music video, and then as it went on, and realising how big the project was actually going to, you know, becoming, and the kind of team we needed, all of that was kind of within the last sort of 2 weeks, month running up to it, and it's really it really, not that it surprised me, but it was really like wonderful to see how many like strangers were willing to offer their time and like be so nice, and just to like everyone to help out. And you know, it was on the day of the shoot, it was, you know, meeting people for the first time, and yet they were just so nice, and like everyone was willing to do whatever they needed to make it happen.
And from the idea that you had in your head and what you wanted it to be to the final outcome, how did that change? What was your initial idea like, and how did it manifest itself by the time the project was actually finished?
Yeah, so it changed quite a lot, both the track and the music video. There got to a point with the track that I wasn't really happy with the music, and I pretty much rewrote the whole thing. It kind of just does tend to happen with the stuff that I write. I kind of like write it all and have moments where I'm just like writing it so quickly that I can't comprehend it, and then I'll get to a point where I get stuck, and then I like have to scrap it and learn from that, and then rewrite quite a lot of it.
So you almost like use that initial idea as a base, and then you create the actual track.
Yeah,
of that kind of initial base.
Yeah, it's like when an artist does like quick sketches before they do like a piece of work. They like learn from it and fix, you know, and that's kind of how it works. So there's a lot of reworking. If you like listen to the first track, it's like unrecognisable compared to what it is now. And with the music video, it's the same. I had this initial idea of, which is very different to what it is. This idea that we've got is more narrative and tells more of a story, whereas previously my first idea was more of a concept. And it was kind of an idea with people walking through spaces, and you might notice something within the background of the shot that would be related to eating disorders, but it wouldn't be, you know, very obvious. And people would walk through like a doorway and it would change to a different person, to show that these habits could be with anyone. But we realised that with a lot of work and a lot of actors needed and a lot of locations, and it just wouldn't have been, you know, it wouldn't have been capable to do that. So that's when Ellie came up with the idea of the two twins, of being, you know, this previous version of someone.
You are a composer.
Yes.
And do you really, film is what you're most interested in,
Yes.
am I right to say so? And this was your own project of, although you were kind of working backwards, because usually you would have the film and then you would write the music, but you wrote the music first to the film, but that was your first film, as
Definitely. Definitely.
How is that? How does that feel to say that that's your first?
It's so weird. Yeah, it's like really like, it feels weird to actually think that it's already out there, because when you work so hard towards it being released, and then once it's out there, you're kind of like, oh, what do I do now? Yeah, it's done. But it's just, yeah, it was great, really good.
And how was the response to
Amazing.
it?
Yeah, it was quite insane. I just remember sending it to every person that I could think of from the very first day, and then I forgot about the time it takes for people to start conversations as well. So like I was sending it to more people, and then more people start conversation, and then I was trying to make sure that I wasn't ignoring people. And then I had quite a few people just come up to me. Like I had a psychologist that works with eating disorder patients, and they said that most of their patients like have said in like, what's the word, in their sort of sessions, that they'd explained the same thing that I had like expressed in the music and like the lyrics.
It's incredible.
And I had quite a few people that had previously like recovered from eating disorder saying that it connected with them. So like those were the ones that really kind of stuck with me, because it was like, oh okay, yeah, it's not just me that went through that, and you know the way that I felt was relatable.
So you are planning a charity event to promote the single and also help raise awareness of EDs and mental health. Tell us more about that.
So what I'm going to do is we're going to have a event where the film music video with the track is going to get showcased, and then we're going to have bands and solo artists that have a connection with ED or with the charity, and just kind of have lots of little things going on. So we're hoping to get people down where they can talk to people, and it's just, yeah, just kind of have a bit of fun with it, and not take it too seriously, and just kind of, yeah, have a good evening really.
And raise awareness at the same
Yeah.
time. It's not a negative thing, but obviously it can be very overwhelming, and it's really hard. And I think I watched the video 3 times and I cried every time, because you know, it's amazing, and it sends the exact message that it needs to. It's beautiful, the music, the video, everything, all the actors are, you know, it's an amazing piece. But as you said, sometimes it's very close to heart, and it's, and you almost, you want to educate others, but also have fun and appreciate the fact that you're just a bunch of creatives wanting to do something, something amazing, and also have fun.
yeah, I don't want people leaving thinking like, oh, that was so serious, and not a little bit depressing, but I want people to think, yeah, that was good, and then also have fun. So I'm hoping to get like a band that can sort of headline the event to make it a little bit leave on a high note. Yeah, a little bit better.
And how involved are, because you're working with a charity called Beat, who are an eating disorder charity, how are they involved? How did you find them? What is their connection to the video now?
So I got in touch with them after finding them on Google really. I just thought that I wanted an organisation to be involved, so I could kind of raise money for something, and not just put it out there, so it had something else going with it. So I just kind of emailed their fundraising team, and Emily got in touch with me, and she was lovely. Like, she was helping me all throughout the process of it, so any questions that I had, she would answer anything that I needed. She sent me kind of packs of information that I could share with people, and how much money, like a donation, what it would be used for, and kind of the costs, because it's a lot of money to have somebody on an online support 24/7 for that many people as well. So that's kind of like their big thing, that they do need help with being able to give that support to people, pay people's wages and things like that.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having
We'll have
me.
Alex back in a very near future, to find out more about her music. Where are you? Where can we find you? What socials are you on?
Pretty much everything, as much as I can possibly be. You have to. So you can find me on Instagram, it's just Alex Isla Music, and on Facebook as well. I'm not on Twitter. No.
That's okay, no judgment here.
It's too overwhelming for me, I can't handle it, it's too much. And I am on, is it Ichimu? The new one?
Oh yes, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm on it as well. Is it Ijimu? It's a really great app where, first of all, it's not on Sundays, which is a great concept.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it turns off on Sundays. You can't go on it on Sundays, so it gives you that break.
I love that.
And also everything you post goes black and white until you double tap it, and then you get to see it in colour. And it has no comment option, so it has no negative comments and none of that negativity. It's really cool.
It was actually through your Instagram that I saw it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to use some of that. That looks good. So yeah.
Well, I will leave all of Alex's socials down below, as well as the video, and a link to Beats charity. If that's something that you have struggled with before, please check out their page and give them a message. And yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.